YouTube, how are you now? So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone just released Season 6. So 2 new weapons in the Battle Pass. The DTIR 30-06 Battle Rifle and the Kastov LSW Light Machine Gun. So updated the time to kill chart. If you're new to this, basically this has all the weapons and all the stats from in-game and some outside sources as well. Because the in-game stats don't cover everything, so sometimes I need to gather some of the stats from outside, like Exclusive Ace, True Game Data, Sim.gg, those guys, but always a work in progress, but I try to keep it up to date as much as possible. So basically you have all the weapons here, your aim down sight time, your sprint to fire time, your reload speed, your bullet velocity, your rate of fire, your damage per second, and then your damage values for your head, upper torso, and lower torso. So there are other damage areas as well, like arms and legs, but to keep it simple I just focus on these three, and then your damage values from 5 meters all the way out to 100 meters. So anything that's been recently buffed in this patch is going to be in red. Anything that's been recently nerfed in this patch is going to be in light gray. So I'm just going to scroll through real quick. You can see some of the changes, the different colors they made to some of the weapons there. So those are just stats. This is the time to kill. So basically this is your time to kill in milliseconds if you're hitting every single shot at the fastest fire rate possible. So obviously if you're missing shots, moving targets, recoil, all that comes into play, but this is your theoretical fastest time to kill possible in milliseconds. The fastest time to kill is going to be in red. The second fastest time to kill is going to be in orange, so within 50 milliseconds of the fastest time to kill. Within 100 milliseconds it's going to be yellow. Within 150 milliseconds it's going to be light green. Within 200 milliseconds it's going to be dark green, so on and so forth. So ideally you want red, orange, yellow. Those are going to be your most competitive at different ranges for each weapon type. So I have it separated by assault rifle, SMG, that kind of stuff compared within their own class, because it's just too many weapons to try to compare all together. But this is your time to kill here. So I'm going to look at the new guns first, and then we'll look at the changes they made in the patch notes. So the DTIR 30-06 has similar handling to the FTAC Recon, actually pretty similar as far as damage as well. But it is more forgiving in that it has up to a 40 round magazine. So it starts with 20 round. You can put either a 30 or a 40 round extended mag. So as long as this first damage range time to kill extends out to a decent range, it should be really good. But if it drops off pretty significantly, then it may not be as good, but still pretty good up close out to 20 meters. But beyond that, we need to wait for the stats to come out to find out how good it is at range. But definitely more forgiving than the FTAC Recon, because the FTAC Recon has a max ammo capacity of 15 rounds per magazine with the extended mag. So 40 rounds compared to 15 rounds, quite a big difference, but I would assume it's not going to be as good at range. It probably has a shorter damage drop off, but as long as it's similar, it should be pretty good. And then the Kastov LSW, so it's okay for an LMG, 300 millisecond time to kill to the body. It's not terrible. It's competitive with some of the mid-tier guns, but not very fast. And then it does have slower handling because it is an LMG, but it does have fast fire rate at 800 rounds per minute, but still LMG. So they said in the description for it that it's supposed to be good in attack stance though. So I guess you're supposed to use it in attack stance, but it doesn't really make sense to use an LMG for that because you're going to be holding lanes and that kind of stuff. But that's what it says. And then the Warzone stats, these are just the changes, and then we'll look at the time to kill for the new weapons as well. So the DTIR 30-06 is very good as long as you're hitting upper torso, the fastest, pretty much at every range by quite a big margin for all the battle rifles. Very good time to kill. But if you're hitting the lower torso, it does drop off quite a bit. So as long as you're accurate with your shots hitting upper torso, it's going to be a very, very good gun. Probably one of the best, if not the best, in Warzone right now. But you do have to be accurate with your shots upper torso and above. So if you start hitting the lower torso, you're going to drop off on the time to kill. And then the Kastov LSW, same thing, it's okay. So light green within 150 milliseconds of the fastest time to kill for LMGs. Not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. And then at longer ranges, it's decent. So within 100 milliseconds, the fastest time to kill, as long as you're hitting upper torso. But not great overall, so nothing really to write home about there. So let's just go through the changes now for time to kill in multiplayer. So I left them in white if it changed the time to kill. So the STG-44 looks like the only gun, assault rifle, that had time to kill changes, so they nerfed some of the damage values. So hitting headshots, it's always going to be a 4-shot kill. So it used to be a 3-shot kill if you mix in a headshots, but now it's always going to be a 4-shot kill, and then slower time to kill in this mid-range, slower time to kill here because they nerfed the range there. It's not as good as it used to be, but still pretty decent, but doesn't have the potential that it used to with that fast headshot time to kill. Battle rifles, no changes there. SMGs, so they nerfed the Superior 46, they nerfed the range here, they nerfed the range, and they nerfed the range, so it affects time to kill in this range here for the body, the head, and then the body here. That's just nerfs to the range though. And then the static HV, they nerfed the up close damage, so you can't get that 219 millisecond time to kill anymore within the max damage range. You used to be able to get, as long as you're hitting upper torso, 219 millisecond time to kill out to 10 meters, but now it's 292 no matter what, unless you're getting headshots. So it's not as good as it used to be, not as forgiving. And then they nerfed the range there as well. So this used to extend, but now it's the other way. So it used to be 292 here and 219 all the way out to 25 meters, but now it's a shorter drop off. So not as good as it used to be. Still decent that it has low recoil and that kind of stuff, but definitely doesn't have the potential that it used to. So I'd probably go back to the Ram 9 for SMGs. LMGs, they nerfed the RPK Jack Cataclysm kit, so used to be able to get a 1-shot kill in all these ranges here. Now it's 2-shot kills, so it's 451 milliseconds where it used to be 1-shot insta kill. And then that's the only change there. I don't think they changed marksman rifles. Nope. Snipers. Nope. And then pistols. Nope. Oh, the basilisk. They increased the range, so gives you an extra 5 meters on that 1-shot kill headshot, but that's about it. So they did make some changes to Modern Warfare 2 guns as well, but it's too many guns to cover, so I'm not going to worry about those unless it significantly makes a difference. If it makes it one of the better guns to be using, then I'll probably update it with those guns, but a lot of the changes were just like sprint to fire times, recoil, and that kind of stuff. So they did buff the FTAC recon as well. They buffed the recoil, so it should be even better than it was before. So they did have pretty gnarly recoil. On top of that 15-round magazine capacity, but should be better now with that lower recoil, but still not the greatest with that 15-round mag, but it does have very good potential for like 1v1s, maybe 1v2s. Very fast time to kill, 220 milliseconds out to 45 meters, so that's pretty ridiculous. And then in Warzone, so SVA 545 got a range buff, so this damage range just got extended by a little bit. The MTZ 556 got a buff to the headshot multiplier, so now it's faster time to kill if you're hitting all headshots out to 40 meters, and then from 60 plus meters, 1 less shot to kill if you're hitting all headshots. And then the Holger 556 got a range buff, so the max damage range got extended by 10 meters, so now it's 714 instead of 816 in this 45 to 50 meter range. MCW got a range buff. The BP50 got a range buff. The Jack Revenger kit on the BP50 also got a range buff. The M16 Jack Patriot kit got multiple range buffs, so basically just pushed this time to kill out this way instead of it would have been that way. And then the STG-44 got quite a few nerfs, so the lower torso multiplier got decreased, so now it's an extra shot to kill or 2 extra shots to kill depending on the ranges, but it takes more shots to kill to the lower torso, whereas it used to be the same as the upper torso, so it's not as forgiving. And then they also nerfed some of the ranges as well, so not as good as it used to be. Battle rifles, nothing there. SMGs, the AMR-9 got a buff to the lower torso, so now it's the same as upper torso, whereas it used to require more shots to kill if you're hitting the lower torso, and now it's the same as upper torso, so more forgiving there, whether you're hitting upper or lower torso. And then the HMR9 got a range buff, and then also a increase to the lower torso damage multiplier, but it only changed some of the ranges. It didn't change most of them. Very minimal increase. That's it for that. LMGs, the Rail MG Jack Protein Kit, single fire. So they nerfed this considerably. So it used to be like 600 millisecond time to kill to the body. Now it's 800 milliseconds. So it was very, very good in single fire, but now it's not that great. So mid tier. So 800 milliseconds would be like around light green to dark green. So it would be dark green actually. So within 200 milliseconds, the fastest time to kill. So nowhere near as fast as it used to be. It used to be the fastest. Now it's within 200 milliseconds. So not that good anymore. It used to be probably too good, but now it's not very good at all. No changes to snipers or marksmans. No changes to pistols. So yeah, that's it for all the changes besides the Modern Warfare 2 guns that affect time to kill. So just helps me to put this chart together to kind of visualize how certain guns perform, so I can pick what guns I want to use for certain situations, or I know how to use whatever gun I'm using to get the most out of it. So just helps me. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything you want to see added to this that would make it more useful. Any stats that are missing from this chart that would make it more useful, that would be worth adding for everything. But it's a lot to keep track of, so try to keep it as simple as possible. But they're always changing things, so like I said, I'm always updating it with new information as it comes in. But I only usually do videos whenever it's a new season or season reloaded, unless they make significant weapon balancing changes, but usually they don't throughout the season. So yeah, definitely going to check out that DTIR 30-06. Should be pretty good in both multiplayer and Warzone. Definitely going to be really good in Warzone as long as you're accurate with the upper torso shots. But we'll have to see how it is in multiplayer. Hopefully it has a decent range, because it could be pretty good. Better than the FTAC Recon if it has that long range and better magazine capacity. But FTAC Recon's still better as far as 1v1 potential, as far as pure time to kill potential. But ease of use, I would think the DTIR 30-06 would be better, as long as it has a decent range. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, and I'll leave a link in the description to this spreadsheet. So if you want to just look at the spreadsheet as it's being updated, I'll leave a link in the description, and then I'll also leave a link in the description for the patch notes for both multiplayer and Warzone as soon as they update their website. So shows on like their Twitter feed, but when you go to their website that has their patch notes, it hasn't been updated. So it's kind of weird, but once they update it, I'll leave links to those patch notes as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.